So how have you liked your running game for the first 3 games? Pretty good, right?
Yeah, good. Always room for improvement, but it's been good. Past game's been good too.
Going back to week 2, AK had that 11-yard touchdown run against FAU where he kind of shed a couple of tacklers. He really showed a toughness of a guy his size that maybe people wouldn't expect. How, can you describe the toughness he plays with at a guy who is kind of undersized?
When you've been undersized your whole life, right? Those guys that are not tough, they don't end up playing at this level. You know what I mean? So, he's a lot stronger than you would think if you were in there watching him in the weight room. He's a 500-pound guy 500-pound squatter. He's got really good core body strength. He can run angry when he wants to run angry. The biggest thing for him is he's really improved his IQ in football, his football acumen. He's playing faster because of that. We got a guy who's talented, but all of a sudden now they're learning more about the game, right? That talent goes to another level because he understands ball better, and that's he's had a great career. This is his 4th year, so we're seeing a guy starting to peak at the right times.
It's just and besides his IQ, in one of the ways has he become more of a complete back, maybe this year?
I think so, and that's part of the development, and that's always our goal at every position is to try to develop guys, try to develop your talent. That's part of my job description, talent acquisition, talent development, right? And so that's what I show up with every day. That's what all our coaches show up with every day, and AK's done a great job of taking what we're giving him and applying it, and it's paying off.
Do you think that people that were doubting him before, I think that drives him to be great, or part of it?
I don't really know who was doubting him, but maybe, like you said earlier, the perception of a small guy, things like that. I think he's already kind of put all that stuff to rest. I don't think he thinks about that. I don't think anybody else thinks about that. The things that we focus on are how can we be better, But I understand what you're saying. When you are built like he is, there's a lot of people that look past him, and there's probably a lot of guys that wish they had him now.
With what the running backs have already done this year and what Pitt has seen on film and playing them a 2nd season in a row, what do you expect them to kind of key in on?
Well, it's hard to key in on anything specifically in our offense because it's not just a running back group. We have tight end that caught 4 balls last game. We have multiple receivers that wear different jersey numbers. We got multiple running backs. We got running backs that can play receiver. So in my mind, and the way we try to build our offense is we try to make a defense kind of pick their poison. Because we have so many dynamic players. It's our job as coaches to kind of put all those guys in position to make plays for us.
What have you seen from Bentavious early on in a big game at FAU? There was a run that stood out to me. He was kind of waiting for the hold open. He kind of behind the massive bodies, and then when he saw a seam, he hit it.
Yeah, Benno's putting in just as much work as anybody else. There's a lot of competition in that room, and they all push each other. They all root for each other. Nobody wants to be left behind. So when anybody's getting in that game, they're trying to be as detailed and execute and just like the last guy. And so he's falling right in line with that group. There should be in our room, and what we talk about is no drop off, no matter who's in the game. And so those guys prepare every week the same way. And then when they get in the game, they're all trying to perform the same way at a very high level.
What are the things that AK wants to get better at? You talk about how he's improving. What is he still working on? What is he telling you that he wants to get better at?
I really think everything. Just his level of just interest has, and I don't mean interest, but just he's become just a lot more inquisitive about ball, about the run game, about protection, about defenses. We're always spending extra time with him running routes, catching the ball. I think he just wants to be better at every aspect of the game. I think he understands that when you're a senior, what happens is it's different than when you're a freshman. You feel like you have a lot of time, or even a sophomore, or even a junior. When you're a senior and you know that your days are ticking, time is ticking, and you're trying to take advantage every day a little bit more.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
All right.
Good luck.
Appreciate it.
Thanks. Take care.
What do you think about Jordan Johnson?
I think he eats funny.